Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Monday, the 6th of November 2017. So, starting off with the Dow, just to change things up a bit. And just before we get into that, make sure that today that you adjust the times back to 14:35, 16:30, 18:30, and 20:30. Then left click on Apply, and then make sure you save the changes as well. I'll leave them as they are at the moment, because otherwise it will alter the signals from Friday. We had the non-farm payroll figures. These came out at 261, if I recall. The forecast was much greater than this. Let's just double check. And indeed, it was 261, 312 forecast. And of course, not as good as they'd wish for. So the market, you can see the reaction there. Initially, the market trades higher and then eventually moves lower until we see the market finding some sort of support. This is just moved because I've changed this. Let me just put this back, and there you go. I'll adjust that after. So there you can see the market sideways. They want the market up. With that, we do know. We have a buy signal here, but the market comes back and retests first, and it retests down to here. If you go from the high to the low, you can see. Just take the extension off. Use the right one. From the low to here, you can see we came back down towards the 76% area there, and then the market moving back to the upside there. No surprise really. Bit of a sell-off. It's not a sell-off, but market lower on the towards the end of the session. Market being down a bit on the overnight. That's because of some Saudi helicopter, I think, crashing is probably the likely reason behind this. And then you see the market moving back to the upside. And in the daily chart, we're sideways to higher. The market needs to take out this high, which is the all-time high on this bar. If I can just get rid of this one. There we go. So we need to take out the 23,551, heading for that 24,000. I've no doubts that we're going to get there before Christmas, because as I keep saying, they just want this market to the upside, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to endeavour to do their best in order to pull this off. In the pound, the market was fairly quiet, waiting for the non-farm payrolls. The market did give a couple of buy signals, but they weren't filled in time. And then we had the release of the non-farm payroll figures. Market then traded sideways, but eventually started to move lower. Plenty of opportunities to get out at break even, because the market wasn't going anywhere, and hasn't done on the overnight either. So we'll delete this. And again, you'll see why, because the market's stuck in a sideways range and not really moving too far at the moment. Let's just clear this up and tidy it up a bit, just so that we can see a clearer picture. And we've got a sideways market here. There you go. And we'll just save that as well. So the pound stuck in a bit of a range, down at the bottom part of the range at the moment, down at the 130 level. Crucial level for this market to hold. Below 130 it will continue to move lower. You can see there we've got plenty on the downside should the pound move lower. Interesting developments there at the moment. And what else have we got? Euro group meetings today, and Dudley Speaks. Apparently he's going to retire, according to Zero Hedge this morning, so he's leaving the Fed, and Powell obviously going to take over from Yellen in February. So a quick look at the implied volatility before we conclude. And the implied volatility moving to the downside, 978 for Thursday, 928 for Friday, so down 0.5. Yeah, market was up. Eventually managed to move things higher, so more or less the same relationship remaining intact there at the moment. Right, that will do it for this one. Apologies for the crackling noise in the background. That's the log burner just warming the study up on this very cold and cold November morning. Right, that will do it. I will let you know if I see anything, hear anything. Other than that, as ever, thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.